Hey everybody, welcome back to the Old Swedes Farm. It's Rich. Garden tour number 7. It's been 2 weeks already, and we're winding down. Those of us up in the north, the Great White North up here, it's time to wind down, and you're gonna see the garden winding down, getting ready for harvest, getting ready for next year already. Some of the things you're gonna see, just ignore the weeds that you see. This time of year, the sun's out a lot. It's been dry. We've had maybe an inch in the past 3 weeks combined. A couple days ago we had 1/1800ths of an inch. Woo! So the weeds are going nuts. They are trying to grow and throw out as many seeds as they can. So you're going to see weeds around. I'm letting them go right now. I'm going to get into harvest, get done. Then I'm going to torch a big area, try to burn the seeds out, let the girls come in, let them eat seeds too, and then burn it. So, and also you're gonna see a couple of failures in the garden, and all those failures I think are water related. So we can't get out and water every day. It's tough. So let me walk you through. I'm going to do kind of a quicker walkthrough, not hit every plant, but kind of a walkthrough. Talk some of the successes and some of the ends as we come to the end of our gardening summer here. I'm out in the squash area. Let me swing you around here. The two hills back here, these are the ones that are furthest to the north, furthest in there. It's the Hubbard Squash, and you can see one little Hubbard in there. That's like the size of a softball. These things should be monstrous. And then I'm looking and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, the Buttercup Squash. There's about, I don't know, 8 of them in here. And they're maybe the size of a softball too. So nothing to write home about. Just, it's getting water out here. The pumpkins that are the variety for carving, you know, again, it's water. There's 1, 2, I guess there's 1 in there, 3. Here's 1, but they're about, I don't know, half the size of a basketball. Here's, you know, all the vines are starting to dry up. Some smaller spaghetti squash that are in here, and they've had better days. We're coming over here to the big pumpkins. There's a couple, I don't know if you can see them, they're hidden in there. Here's our biggest one, probably a little bit bigger than a basketball sized. Again, nothing. You can see the weeds just absolutely jumped up on here. And this is all the little cantaloupe. And when I say little, they're little. Some of these are about, let's see if I can get in there, about the size of a baseball. And that's the breed, or that's the variety, but it's just nothing to write home about. Into our butternut squash area, and there's over here quite a bit of fruit mixed in there. Some of them are actually quite good looking, tucked in there. There's probably in this little mound, you can see them all tucked in there. There's probably 20 in this little hill. The Acorn Squash are more prolific, tucked in there. Let's see, all around the edges. You can see them tucked in there. And then some more butternut squash. Some of these are of size, really good stuff. Our zucchinis and yellow squash have been quite prolific. They continue to give. They give till they're done. Down this way, again, kind of tucked in the back, the Acorn Squash in the back. Let me swing this around. The Acorn Squash in the back have been, they look great. I've got some Jack B. Littles, those little mini pumpkins. They're looking good. The patty pan, they're kind of like the zucchinis and yellow squash. I don't know if you could kill them. They're just, they give and give and give, and have been doing wonders. People in our CSA have been just really digging those. Let me bring you in here into the main garden, and it is, some of it's going away, and some you can see. We'll go kind of aisle by aisle real quick here. I'm just letting some of the what the heck is that? I'm sorry, I'm going blank. Cabbage, some of the green cabbage, I'm letting the little secondary heads grow just so we can give those to the chickens. The broccoli is totally bolted. I'm pulling off leaves off that just to feed the chickens. They're loving that. The eggplant, again, just let me see if I can get in here. The eggplant, just lots and lots. So we're looking for, you know, all sorts of recipes, ways to preserve those, because the eggplants just keep on giving. Now, our cayenne peppers, Holly's been making some sauce. Hopefully you can see down there, lots of cayenne peppers. If I go back in here, lots of cayenne peppers. So we're trying to find creative uses for those. They were not supposed to be cayenne peppers, so our bit of a jungle in here right now. The habaneros, they're just thick, just thick. I dehydrated a whole bunch. We're gonna, I think, make some sauce, some hot sauce with those. This next row here, all the way down, is jalapenos. We've been drying those, making grinding them up after they're dried to have some pepper, ground pepper. We brought them to several parties, and let me swing you around. The jalapenos, we have brought jalapeno boats with cheese and filling to numerous parties. People love them. They're really spicy and good. So we've got plenty of jalapenos. We've been giving those out. The peppers, we've got, you know, our aisles of peppers, and those green peppers, just, it's unreal how prolific they are. So green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, they've been doing really well. The pepperoncinis, as you can see here, I'll swing around again. Sorry, just stepped on a stake. They're just really thick in there. They're changing color, but they're so thick. As with the other hot peppers, we're pickling them. We're just using them in recipes. We're adding them to other things. It's been great. Two of our bins here, one has kohlrabi and carrots, and the carrots have been doing great. When we pull them, you know, I've been pulling carrots for our CSA folks, and this other, the carrots have just been gorgeous carrots. Just the soil is perfect for them in these raised beds, and we've got radishes that are coming in there. I do have one. I'm taking you on a little bit of a circuitous route here. Sorry. Now that we've pulled the the potatoes, we've only got one tub back here that's in action, and it'll be the final one for the year. But our radishes, our final planting of radishes, that actually they're coming ready to harvest right now, and then our last group of carrots. They got to thin out, and hopefully they will give us some carrots at the very, very end of the year, maybe right, I don't know, a couple weeks from now or so. We'll see if we can work them out. All right, the cukes. Let me walk you down here. There's a lot of weeds around, but ignore that. Our cukes are still throwing out cukes, which is good. And then in between the center aisle of weeds, our beans are just starting to flower. And then on the other side, our peas are flowering too, and they're about 18 inches tall. So we should be getting some peas and beans here. Now, stepping into Tomato Alley, now that I've got everything, I've got everything all the way to the top, the leaves are hanging down. So I need to thin out the leaves just a little bit because they're hanging down. But we've got, as you can see, the tomatoes hanging down, which is great. Everywhere you look, there's tomatoes hanging down. They're going to be coming ripe. Everything is ripening in here. The Sweet 100s are just beautiful. Don't mind if I do. The yellow pear, hopefully you can see that. Yellow pears are quite prolific. On the other side are, what do we got? San Marzano. I don't know, 4 varieties. And I can never, Jersey Devil, San Marzano, and 2 others. I'm sorry. Good sauce tomatoes. Holly has been grabbing them as soon as they turn red, making a lot of sauce, doing a lot of things. Look at this down here. That is one branch of the black cherry. Unreal. How much fruit they throw out on one branch. So, and they are the sweetest. Whoops, sorry about that. The sweetest. Unreal. Our final tomato down here at the end is the large cherry, and you can see the same thing. They've grown all the way over the top. I've got fruit hanging down there, up there, up there. It's growing all the way across the arch into, all the way down. And then we got the German pinks, the big German pinks hanging there. So those are just monstrous. Some of those fruits are, I don't know, a couple pounds. They're just huge. So those sitting in there. Our final area, and again, growing up with weeds that I've just let go, are watermelons. And we've been harvesting quite a bit of watermelon along the way. So it's a little thin right now, but the watermelon, the big Georgia rattlesnake, and then in here, still quite a bit of the baby doll mixed in there. So still a lot of baby doll to be had. The rattlesnake, we've harvested a lot for us and for our CSA families. Holly and I did some damage to a big Georgia rattlesnake last night, and spit a lot of seeds to our chickens who loved them. Last but not least, the 2 big hills that have combined. We've got our what do we got? Spaghetti squash and the Waltham squash that have grown together. Let me see if I can show you. Poking away in here. Big spaghetti squash, and some of these Walthams are about 18 inches or more. You can just see how, hopefully you can see through the leaves there, how thick they are. There's so many of them. And then we've got a couple of variants over here that have really thrown me a little bit. Let me see if I can get through. We've got, some the Waltham, the normal. And we got some that are bright green. I have never grown them and seen them bright green. And they're probably about 2 feet long. So it's amazing how big they are. Some of these things, they're monster Walthams. So that's going to be productive. And our final hill behind the compost here, that is just a volunteer tomato. decided to take over the compost pile, and I'm fine with that. This final hill, let's see if I can back up to show it, is our pumpkins. And there's some good sized pumpkins in there that are just gorgeous, well shaped. There's another couple, well shaped, starting to turn orange. They're going to be really good carvers. So, and we've got some volunteer tomatoes around the edge, and we're feeding all that stuff to the chickens. So summer's winding down, the gardens are winding down. We're getting ready to kind of call it a season. As we're out picking, there's so much extra. We're trying to give it to others, throw it away for others. We're throwing it out to the chickens. They're getting all these treats. They're loving it. So hopefully your garden's doing good. I'd like to hear what it is. I check your channel, so hopefully you've got some good things going on. But let me know what's kind of winding down, and for some of you down south, what's getting going. We'll probably have one more garden video that'll show harvest, and then we might be done. You know, then we'll be into prep for 2023. So garden tour number 7. Hope you enjoyed walking through. We're winding down. Thanks everybody. Take care.